take it away just like last time. You guys ready?
Yep.
Okay. 3, 2.
Good morning, Columbus. Welcome back. We are talking about the Tour of Remodeled Homes through the National Association of Remodelers. And to give you the dates once again so that everybody knows, it's May 5th, which is a Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday, 12 to 5. And if you go to the NARI website, you can buy tickets for the show. I think there's 12 homes this time in the show. $10 for the whole weekend to visit all the homes. $3 if you just want to see an individual home. And as I tell everybody, it is the absolute best way to start a remodeling project. I have with me today one of my favorites, because they're a comical company. Is that okay to say?
That's okay.
Sure. Okay, I have Laura Watson, who's a designer with you hear that, April? The Cleary Company. That's an inside joke. You're going to have to tell her to listen
I'm going
now.
to, of course.
Okay. But Laura's here to talk about a project today that the Cleary Company did, and you can go visit. And I'm going to kind of switch gears here and circle around and tell you once again, I have found this to be the best way for people to discover a remodeler, and 2, take a look at the quality of work that the remodeler does, and 3, get some ideas. I think it's all rolled into one kind of thing. I always get ideas. I always go to this tour every time it's on, simply because I just find it entertaining.
Yeah.
And in some places I walk in and it says, I must really be poor. In some places I walk in and I go, I could do that, you know.
We try to have a little bit of for everybody.
You do get a little bit of everything. And just so you know out there, audience, it's a combination of a whole bunch of projects. The project we're going to talk about here in a minute happens to be the biggest project in the show, by far.
Yeah.
But typically you're going to run into people who do whole house remodels. You'll see just kitchen kind of dining room combinations, pantries. You'll see really high-end bathrooms, things like that. It's just a combination. Sometimes it's room additions, that sort of thing. But Laura, we're here to talk today about, you built a house.
Yes, we built a new house.
Built a brand new house.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to start out and tell us why it ended up being build a new house.
Well, it's a pretty good story. You know,
Okay.
Cleary, we always have good stories,
Yeah.
right? So this year we had a client, her name's Kate, and single mom, and she came to us in 2016 to add an addition to her home and do a whole house remodel. She had a very odd-shaped, kind of pie-shaped lot in Arlington, and she loved her neighborhood, did not want to move. And so we designed this great project, and she was on the list to have a baby for adoption.
Okay.
So she was kind of that emergency list. So we get everything selected, we start our pricing process, and she calls us right before Christmas and says, I'm having a baby. So, so she went and adopted her beautiful son and brought him back, and of course needed some time to adjust to being a mom.
Yeah.
And through that process, really decided that, you know, I would like a little more yard space, and I still don't want to leave my lot. So by the time we priced everything out, it was actually just as affordable to build a new house than it was to put an addition and do a whole house. So, and then it didn't take up as much yard space because we got to go up instead of just keeping it at a ranch level. So we did a 2-story. Yeah, so it gave her twice as much room with a lot less lot space. So
that certainly is a unique story.
Yes.
You usually, I can't, how many times have you run into that where it turns into build a new house?
Well, you know, there is a lot of times where by the time you price out a remodel, it can be almost as expensive as getting a new house. But most people don't want to risk getting new neighbors if they move to a house that they like. And most of the time, if you do move into a new house, you have to remodel it anyway to get it the way you want it.
Yeah.
So, so this instance was just, you know, she just.
How many square feet was the house?
The house before?
No, the new one.
You know what? I can't even remember.
I think
what
I
it
remember
was.
something like it. What was it? I read something about 1,000 square feet. Was that the house before? Perhaps?
That was the house before. It was. She had a 3-bedroom ranch, I think. Maybe
Okay.
2-bedroom ranch, and so now it's a 2-story, 3-bedroom. So,
Yeah, going up will give you a
Yeah.
lot of room.
Yeah. So.
So what? Laura is the creative person. I want you all to know that you won. You have a house
Yeah.
that I went to see. Was it last year? It was that corner house where you did the kitchen. Gosh, you did
Yes.
a bunch. You did the
It was a whole
office room.
Mhm.
And you did all that stuff, and that won a bunch of awards.
Yes.
Not only locally, but some national awards.
We're headed to nationals in 2 weeks. So,
yeah, for that project. See,
Yeah.
I do my homework.
You do, yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah,
And
that
I-
was a fun project.
Yeah. And so anyways, what was it that you changed? You know, she obviously said, okay, great, we'll build a new house. And now it affords me all these great things that, I can do to my new place. So
Well,
to speak.
that's really what was really funny. The good news is that of all the selections that she made for all of her rooms in the first project that we were going to do, even after waiting a year, she still loved everything. So we
my gosh.
we could reuse all of the selections. We just had to, design them in different rooms. So,
But it looked like it was kind of an open concept too.
Yes.
Because unfortunately on the NARI website, it's an interior view. It doesn't give you the total view from the outside so you can see the house. But it was I saw the fireplace and
right.
kind of the island in the kitchen and all that sort of thing.
The whole first floor is open. So the kitchen is open to the dining area, the hearth space, and the family room. So there's 2 fireplaces on the first floor, 1 electric and 1 gas, which is nice because, when you do come visit, you can kind of see the difference between those 2. So.
Well, what are some of the... Talk a little bit about, because I noticed it was a great looking fireplace too.
Yeah.
Was that tile around that fire? I'm looking at a picture, but it looked it was black or gray. Was that tile or?
Yeah. So on the electric fireplace, we did a black brick tile with black grout, and then on the gas fireplace, we did a 3-dimensional tile from real stone that is a kind of a stone composite material, but it's has a really cool 3-dimensional pattern to it. So it's a little tricky to work with, but it really turned out nice and added a really nice feature.
I've never asked a designer this question. I have to ask you this question.
Oh boy. Okay.
No, this is an easy one because you have an answer for it. Where do you find these great products? When I look at these remodel parks, I go, where the heck did they get that? I don't know where to go I'm stuck going on House looking at pictures, but I go, where did they get that product?
House is a great resource. We use it every day with our
To find
clients.
products?
Absolutely, yeah. Now they have it so when you pull up a picture, if you click on it, a lot of times it'll tell you where that product's from, or you can even send a message to the builder who, designed the project and say, where did you get this? But, we are very lucky in Columbus because we have some great showrooms and some great companies that have wonderful products that they have on the East Coast and the West Coast. So
Really?
yeah, so we don't get left out too much. It's just we just can't be afraid to use these things, and sometimes we're a little slow.
So
to use
part of your job is to go. I'm deviating. We'll get back to this project. Is to go to these different places and kind of just shop.
Just shop. Yes.
Yeah, and say, I could use that on the next project, or I really like that. And then when someone starts talking to you, it's in your memory bank.
That's
Is that
right. That's right. And when we take our clients with us to the showrooms, and so we can show them a lot of these projects, and sometimes we get surprised and find new ones around the corner that we hadn't seen before. So yeah, it's just a matter of kind of thinking outside the box a little bit and pushing yourself when you are remodeling your home to not be afraid to do something a little bit different.
Okay. So I'm going to take a back up again, and I want everyone to know I'm talking with Laura Watson of the Cleary Company. And the Cleary Company's been on the show, if you listen to it, a number of times because they do fantastic work I just happen to love all the people that work there. They're the friendliest company you could ever work with.
Thank you.
And you are. I mean, they're just, you know, and I get to meet people out in the field, go, oh yeah, George did a project for me, and he's a great guy, and so, and they'll go down the list of people. It's always, it's a compliment to you folks. So, tell the folks the address of this property. We forgot.
It is on the corner of Kenyon and Avalon in Upper Arlington.
Okay.
So it's very close to Zollinger Road, and we'll have signs. So,
yeah.
And on the website, it'll give the addresses of all the homes. And I do encourage everybody to go and see all the homes because there's some really great projects on this tour. And like I said, I think there's a little bit for everybody. And it's a great way just to kind of get some ideas. So, like you said.
And go meet the great people at Cleary.
Yeah.
Okay. Spend a few minutes talking about, I guess, and we just have a few minutes left. Talk about kind of trends you're seeing.
Okay.
I don't care whether it's colors, products, whatever.
Well, a lot of the trends we're seeing are lighter countertops, gray cabinets, but I'm ready for that to go away.
Thank you. I would. My wife.
It's a beautiful look. It really is.
Yeah.
But I
too
do
much
think
of it out there.
There is too much of it. Yeah. So when we do have a customer come to say, I really like this look, we do try to switch it up a little bit just to give them something a little bit so they're not like everybody else. You know, you don't want your kitchen to look like every Pinterest picture that's out there.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. But three-dimensional tile is in, and they use it everywhere. Bathrooms and we're like I said, we're using it on a fireplace, feature walls, backsplashes. So I'm sure you're going to see some of that in the tour, and then a lot of kind of upcycling and recycling. So we have a medallion that we used on a ceiling where the chandelier hangs from for the 2-story ceiling. That was made with pallet wood that we had back by the dumpster, you know?
Oh my gosh.
And it just turned out fabulous. So, and it, you know, hardly cost anything because...
Well, there is a little bit of that industrial look. Some people
Yeah.
have kind of turned to that. I mean, I see it all on this tour. I always go to these tours, and it's, I mean, if you want to see it, you're going to
Yeah.
see it. I went to one, it was one I went to last year, and they were blue cabinets.
Yes.
And it was in a bar entertainment area, and it was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
But the kitchen, it was a whole open space. The kitchen, they used the traditional white cabinets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you get a lot of that blend, texture, highlighting of spaces now,
Right.
which I think is, because everything before, kind of what I live with.
Right.
They were a stained cabinet and it matched in every room.
Well, you know, we as a designer, I do try to do something a little whimsical in every room, and nothing obnoxious or, you know, but just something little that's kind of like catches you by surprise and it makes you think, oh gosh, I could do that in my house. So,
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I want to thank you, Laura Watson, once again from the Cleary Company. April's not going to live this down the way I keep saying.
I know. Sorry, April.
And in the Tour Remodeled Homes, I mean, an award winner, countless awards that Cleary Company's won. Go see Laura. You're going to be at the project. I know you get
I will be at the project and
answer questions.
Yes, right? And just a reminder, we love to do these big projects, but you know, we have ones that are a lot more relatable to everybody. So, and we'd love to show you those too. So if you come see us and you're interested in talking to us, we can show you those as well.
Okay. That is a good point.
Yeah.
Because that's not the bread and butter of all remodelers is kitchens and baths
Right.
kind of thing. Okay, thanks for listening, folks. Remember, May 5th, May 6th, the Neary Tour of Remodeled Homes. Make sure you go see these homes if you're planning on doing a remodeling project. We'll see you next week. Thanks. All done.
All right. Sorry,
What are you doing chirping here when I'm talking?